trauma bonds. Got close off of battle scars. Equal pain, so we think it's equal games. Same team, but it's different hearts. Same goals, but it's different shots. Thought we was winning the same. Turns out you were just running me game. Should've known, but I couldn't guess it. It's a damn shame.
Welcome back, everybody, to another episode of Hoop MCs. This is take 2 because I forgot to put my stuff on airplane mode. What's going on, Nassim?
Nothing much, just tired. How are you?
I'm good, man. These 10 a.m.s are probably going to need to be changed, to 11s.
Yeah, 10 a.m. is not my thing, dude. I don't even know how I wake up for my 9 to 5.
You're not grinding, I guess. I don't know.
No, dude.
Yeah.
I'm way out of it this time.
So it's been a pretty, boring week in the NBA. So we figured, we literally come up with ideas 10 minutes before we record. So,
just to clarify, it's because there's no crazy storylines developing.
Fair.
We had the James Harden thing to talk about for a while, and then now it's just no fights or anything. Yeah,
it's a shame that we ran through Last Chance U in one episode. I feel like we could have stretched that out.
That's my bad. My bad, guys.
It's all good, man. You got excited. You pulled out 8 episodes in one day. It's dedication.
That's the only thing I'll grind, dude.
So this episode, we're gonna go ahead and give you guys a top 5 power rankings for teams in the NBA. Figured it's we're a little bit close to the playoffs, closer. So it's a pretty good snapshot of who we feel like this reflection is gonna be, shown in the playoffs or whatever. So I figured the format. Do you want to go through your 5 and then I go my 5, or you want to do MVP rankings where we just snake it?
Let's do snake. I feel like it's more fun that way.
I got you. I'm gonna start with you first. Give me at number 5. Who do you got?
Number 5, and I think this is a stretch. Honestly, I didn't even want to put him on this list.
I know.
Utah Jazz.
Oh wow.
Well, I don't know who you're talking about, but I really did not want to put the Jazz on this list. They're not deserving, in my opinion. They're probably going to be one of the worst number 1 seeds if they finish. They're 5-5 in their last 10, and they're normal.
They're normal.
Crazy about them.
They're normal. Great analysis, Nassim. No, I'm just kidding. Actually, I think Utah probably a little bit more better than 5. But at number 5, I'm making this up as I go. I'm going to go ahead and put Phoenix Suns there just because, what are they, the second best team in the league, record-wise? I think they're the second best. Let me see,
no,
683.
they're third.
I completely made this up.
Not even close.
Yeah. Shit. I'm still going to stick with the Suns at number 5, honestly. I just like the Suns, honestly. Literally 2 days ago, they had the second best record in the league. But I like the way that they've been playing. Chris Paul has been a floor general for them. He's made a huge impact. Nassim doesn't think that he deserves to be in the NBA MVP conversation, but I think otherwise.
You have to have a Chris Paul burner account or something because the amount of times you keep talking about him,
dude.
He definitely pays you. He has to.
Look, I'm not saying that he deserves first place votes or second or even third, but give the guy some 4th and 5th place votes. Does that exist, by the way? I think so, right?
I'm pretty sure, but it doesn't even matter at that point.
I just think we should have that conversation that Chris Paul should be in there. Anyways, I'll give you my number 4.
All right, go.
Number 4 is your number 5. I got the Utah Jazz. I agree exactly with what you said. They have been struggling. The past 10, they went 5-5. They dropped a couple of games where they should have won. Obviously, they're still number 1 in the league, but they're just not playing. They're not the best version of themselves right now. So that's the logic behind having them at number 4.
Yeah, the only reason they cracked my top 5, honestly, was because they had the number 1 seed. If that wasn't the case, then they wouldn't have even cracked it. I haven't been sold on them the whole season. You know that.
Yeah.
I don't know. Do you want to say anything about them before I move on?
For the Utah Jazz?
Yeah.
I mean, I still think that they're probably going to end up being in the conference finals because I think the Nuggets, right now it's shaping out to be like the Nuggets or the Clippers in that 4 or 5 spot.
Yeah.
You never know. Honestly, the Nuggets could drop down and it's either the Nuggets, Clippers. I think the Nuggets, Clippers, or the Blazers are going to be in that 4 or 5 spot. And I think the Jazz can beat, honestly, any one of those teams. I know you disagree with the Clippers, but that's just my opinion. But I still think that they won't make the finals because they'll run into the Lakers and the Lakers will beat them.
Let me just clarify. I think if the Jazz and Clippers met in the second round, that'd be the worst matchup out of all of them.
Why?
None of them aren't. I don't think any of them pose anything to anybody at this point. They're both pedestrian.
Well, I think it would be a good matchup because I feel like both of those teams they're like contenders, but like you can't actually take them serious. Like I feel like the Clippers are always screwing things up. The Jazz, they've never actually like got past, a certain point over the past 4 or 5 years. So I think that's going to be actually a pretty good like series, but you're right. I don't think any of them are actually a threat to the Lakers.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's kind of what I meant. It'll be probably entertaining, like you said, for the matchup, but other than that, nothing really behind it.
Give me your number 4.
Number 4, I have the Denver Nuggets.
Wow.
Okay. They are 8-2 in their last 10, and they're coming off a 3-game win streak. We all knew that injuries and people missing games were holding them back, but now they're coming back strong, in my opinion. And I see them at a top 3 finish
Really?
in the West. I'm going to say that. I think they could finish top 3 in the West.
Actually, I don't know why I got surprised at that statement. Wait, no, I am surprised. You're having them over the Suns?
Yes.
I
Yes.
don't know, man. I think the Suns are here to stay. Okay?
I don't know, man. The Nuggets got hot because they're healthy, and we'll see what happens, but I'm riding with the Nuggets over the Suns.
Who's your number 3?
My number 3 is I had to put in the Lakers.
Okay.
I mean, they're here to stay regardless of what happens.
I like that. I like that. I'm going to match. I actually was going to put the Lakers at number 3 as well. So.
Oh. Yeah, they're 6-4. I mean, even though they're 6-4 in the last 10, they're on a 4-game win streak. Is AD back? I don't think so, right? Oh.
No, he's not back.
So-
He probably needs like another week or so to get back in the lineup. Yeah.
So, I mean, they're on a 4-game win streak without him. Obviously, they're only going to get better moving forward when AD's healthy. So, they're still the team to beat in the West, in my opinion.
Okay. So I obviously just said that the Lakers are my number 3 as well. So I'm going to give you my number 2. The number 2, I got the Brooklyn Nets. The reason why I have them at number 2 is they've been playing well, 8-2 the last 10. They're very close to getting that 1 seed. But at the same time, I don't know exactly what Brooklyn is just because KD has been out of the lineup. I still think that they're going to be the champs at the end of the season. But as for the time being, I don't want to give them that number 1 spot because I just don't know what they look like right now. So that's the logic behind that.
Yeah, I actually have them at number 2 as well. Like you said, they're 8-2 in their last 10. I think they're 15-17 in the last 17 games or something. So,
You mean 15-2?
yeah, sorry, they've won 15 out of 17.
Yeah.
But yeah, they've been hot. There's no denying that.
Mm-hmm.
But like you said, there's still so many questions that needs to be answered with KD and Blake Griffin coming into the lineup. So
Yeah.
they still got to work it out. Like you said, I think they'll be the champs, but there's too many questions to put them at number 1.
Agreed. Who goes number 1? Who's giving out their number 1 first? You or me?
I think it's me, unless you want to do it.
Yeah, why not? So for my number 1, actually, I don't have the Sixers. The only
I
reason
think we have the same one then.
Milwaukee Bucks.
Yeah.
Okay, I honestly thought that was going to be like a gasp moment, but I guess not. The reason why is just because so they're 9-1 in their last 10. They got better defensively by adding PJ Tucker. And now I think they have the luxury of actually going small ball. Like, I would say not really small ball with Giannis at the 5 because he is a big dude. He can play the 5. But now you got PJ. You insert him at the 4, and then you got you got Middleton at the 3, Drew, and then Dante there. That I think they got better defensively. They look good. They're right there with the Sixers and the Nets. 14 losses to the Sixers 13. But yeah, that's kind of the logic behind that.
Yeah, I kind of had the same thought process. The reason I didn't put the 76ers is, the elephant in the room is Joel Embiid is hurt, and they're nothing without him.
Exactly. Yeah.
So, but the Bucks are 9-1 in their last 10. They're on a 5-game win streak. They're obviously coming into form. As much as I hate to say it, Giannis is starting to look like a candidate for MVP.
Yeah.
So there's no denying that they're the hottest team in the league right now.
Agreed. It sucks because that guy robbed MVPs from James Harden.
Yeah. But I'm admitting it this year. He looks great.
He does. What are his what are his stats, by the way? Do you know?
Let me look up his official stats. I don't want to just make up bullshit. But I know he's been coming alive lately.
It's probably like 30, 10, and like 6 or something.
Yeah.
That sounds pretty good.
Let's see.
Giannis. Here, buddy.
Basketball reference?
29, 12, and 6. Pretty good, man. I was pretty close.
Yeah. And he's shooting 56% from the field.
Yeah.
Which is pretty good.
He's still dog water from 3.
From 3, yeah.
So, yeah. These are MVP numbers to me. And he's averaging, 1.3 blocks.
Yeah.
What is this?
Let me ask you this. Would you put him or Harden over each other in the MVP ranking?
Honestly, objectively speaking, Giannis. Just because Harden is, he's going to be playing with 2 other, great scorers. I get the reason why the media is hyping him up, just because KD's absent, so he's the best player on the team now with him being absent. But I think Giannis is more deserving of it this year just because of the help that Harden has around him.
Yeah, I actually think the MVP race is going to start tightening up. It's actually going to be kind of interesting to watch because now with Joel injured and LeBron had that stretch where he struggled without AD, so there's going to be a lot more people like Giannis and Harden inserting their name moving forward.
Yeah.
I actually don't know and Jokic. I don't know who's in front now.
There's no clear-cut MVP. That's pretty crazy to say because you had LeBron as a runaway at one point in the season, and then Embiid passed him up, and Jokic was always there behind the 2. And with Embiid being gone, they're saying now Jokic is ahead. So there's no way to exactly predict who's going to be the MVP. I think actually Basketball Reference has a model, if I'm not mistaken. Let me see who they got. Tracker, Basketball Reference. I think it was Jokic last time I checked.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's Jokic.
Yeah. That's and they have Harden at 3. Actually.
Yeah. And then LeBron at 5.
Wow, it just made me infuriated. Rudy Gobert at number 10.
I know. That guy is so overrated. Holy God.
Why is he up there? You go from Luka Doncic to Rudy Gobert.
It makes no it's a model at the end of the day, so they're just looking at numbers,
Yeah.
So, but I would never in my life accept him as an MVP candidate.
Just not one bit, actually.
Never. You won't make me do it.
You know who I want to talk about that didn't make my top 10, by the way? My top 5 who kind of barely missed it.
Oh, okay. Never mind.
Sorry, I didn't let you guess. Who were you gonna guess?
I think I was gonna say Portland, but that was a bad guess. I think.
And the Hawks. The Hawks are
relax.
Right now. They're on a 7-game
win streak, but they're 21-20, bud.
Okay, but they're on a win streak. You can't deny that.
I know, but they're they could. Okay, so right now, if the playoffs started, they're versing the Heat. I think the Heat sweep them. Yeah.
Yeah, for sure. But
Oh no,
still
but
gotta go.
I get. But that's why I said, do you want to do top 10? You know, because you could have included the Miami Heats, the Atlanta Hawks.
Yeah, but then I think like once you get towards the bottom of the list, it starts to get boring.
It does. That's true. But no, the Hawks haven't. I think ever since why am I talking like that? Ever since they fired their coach, they've been going on a win streak. So good for them.
Which is actually hilarious. You know who the next hottest team is?
Hold on. Milwaukee?
All right, we're gonna go with the Houston Rockets at a 19
Yes, sir.
game losing streak, baby.
Woo! Dude,
Going for that first pick.
let me see. I think we're the second worst team now. Yeah, we're the second
Yeah, we
worst
are.
team. And we're versing Minnesota twice, pretty close, like pretty soon.
Let's go.
So there's a legit shot that we may be the worst team.
Yeah, that's the James Harden effect, ladies and gentlemen. You said he was nothing in Houston, and here we are fighting for the worst team in the NBA.
It's insane, man. Like,
Yeah.
it's crazy how wrong or how right Houston fans are and how wrong everybody else was about James Harden.
Yeah.
Like, it just goes to show you, like, what that guy did for this city.
Yeah.
But do you know, real quick, before we end this podcast, do you know how the lottery odds work? Like, in terms of if you're the second worst, the range that you can fall?
I actually don't know. The lottery's been one of the most confusing things to me. I feel like it's kind of bullcrap at a certain point.
I don't understand it fully because last year Charlotte was like the 8th worst and they ended up getting the top 3. But basically,
Yeah.
it's like, okay, so they're projected to have like the 8th through the 11th pick, for example. Like,
Yeah.
that's most likely what's going to happen. And then when it gets to number 8, and if they don't get picked, they automatically make it in the top 4.
Oh.
It's like that's what happened with was it Chicago? I think it was was it Chicago? Did Obi Toppin get picked 4th?
I think. Let me see.
I think Chicago ended up getting the 4th pick, and they picked Toppin. Oh no, he was round 1, pick 8. Never mind. Oh, he's with the Knicks. I'm tripping. It was Chicago. Who did they draft? Williams? Patrick Williams?
Dude, you're confusing the heck out of me. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah. Patrick
yeah.
Williams got drafted by Chicago at pick number 4. And Chicago should have, they finished with like the 7th worst or whatever. So
Yeah.
they should have gotten picked 7th, but when it came to that, they jumped to the top 4. So it's scary to think about, man. Like
Yeah,
with
like
the
we
Rockets.
could be the worst team and get like a what, number 7 or 8 pick at worst.
No. So here's the thing: if Houston finishes with the worst record, they can pick 1 through 5 at the worst. But if it falls to number 5, that pick goes to OKC, and we end up getting the Miami Heat's pick, which is going to be like number 17 or 18.
So it's either we pick 1 through 4 or 16 or 17.
Correct.
Wow,
I know, it's insane,
that's
man.
scary.
I know. So if you're the worst team in the league, like basically if you're the worst team, the worst position is number 5, and then if you're the second, the worst position I think is number 6. Don't
I
quote
see what you're
don't
saying.
quote me on this, but I would much rather get the worst spot because we only got to worry about the number 5 spot. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? But there's a 48% chance that we'll get the number 5 spot.
I thought it was like a 20% chance.
No. There's a 48% chance at number 5 and 52% chance at top 4. Does that make sense?
Yeah, knowing our odds, we're getting number 5.
Like number 1 has a 52% chance, but they also got like the highest chance of. I don't know how to explain it, but if you look at the lottery odds,
Yeah.
like since we can only pick number 5, or that's the worst, we're assigned 48% chance.
Damn, I really think it's gonna.
It's a
happen.
coin toss essentially. Like our future at this point is almost like a coin toss.
Yeah, I know, which is annoying actually. That's why I'm saying I mean, the lottery's good for entertainment purposes, but I mean, at the end of the day, you screw up some franchises, honestly.
Well, it's all because of that freaking pick swap.
That is also
you know that's the reason why we're getting the Miami Heat pick if we don't go top 4.
Yeah, I know. But okay, I just want to be a little biased. Okay, can you
Yeah.
the brain eating of people take over?
Man, we got Russell Westbrook. Can you imagine Russell Westbrook is gonna cost us? We're gonna get like some dude in Lithuania, probably like a 19-year-old kid, and
Hey,
then
what if he's the next Luka?
dude, I don't know, man. He's from Slovenia, I thought. Is he a Lithuanian? You know
Probably.
What? You know what? Luka Doncic. Yeah, Slovenian.
All right, listen to the last thing, and then we'll wrap it up.
He's Slovenian. Hey, thank you guys so much for thank you guys so much for tuning in as always. You know, we were pretty lazy honestly with this episode, but we're gonna have better.
That came out decent.
Yeah, it was. I don't know. I just like to criticize myself. But we appreciate you guys for tuning in. Make sure you follow us on Instagram and Twitter. Check us out on all platforms, Apple Podcasts, Spotify, and YouTube. Vaccine shots are coming through, so, you know, you and I, we might be able to be face-to-face finally. So,
A huge hug.
a huge hug, spit in each other's faces without having to worry about it. So, yeah, we're looking forward to changing the format of this podcast, but that remains to be seen in the future. So, yeah, thank you guys again, and stay tuned for more episodes in the future. Peace.
Thank you, guys. Later.
Later.
Trauma bonds, got close off of battle scars. Equal pain, so we think it's equal games. Same team, but it's different hearts. Same goals, but it's different shots. Thought we was winning the same. Turns out you were just running me game. Should've known, but I couldn't guess it. It's a damn shame.